sewage, water resources loss. Today's topic is the present status of irrigation in India. Hereby, as you know, day per day, the soft water, mind this, soft water position is going to less in our reached. So perhaps sea water is so many, which is very sufficient. Three-fourth of the earth is available, but that is the useless. Why useless? Because you cannot drink that. So the soft water, how much available in the earth? So today we will discuss about that. So let us start the topic. Now, net irrigation. And before the net irrigation, we will find out how much net irrigated area of India has increased from nearly 18 to 48% in recent time due to government interventions at the various level created irrigation potential increase from the 22.8 million hectare to 107.2 million hectare. So while utilize irrigated potential, both surface and ground, so increase the 87 million hectare acre, ensure enough moisture essential for plant growth, so provide crop insurance and against short duration drought, so cool the soil and atmosphere to provide a suitable surrounding, wash out or dilute harmful salt chemical of the soil Now, for soil and water conservation on agricultural land, so both agronomic and mechanical measures are deployed, such as contour forming. So management of soil, thereby management of soil, and it is necessary we think that, and for soil water conservation on agricultural land, so both agronomic and mechanical measures are deployed, such as contour forming, management of soil fertility, water, nutrient, and interrelationship balanced IPNS system, and micronutrients. The paper keep detail on irrigation, so water management for major crop in India: rice, wheat, maize, pulse, pigeon, pea, gram, moong, bean, black gram, and field peas. lentil, oilseed, crop, sugarcane, and cotton. So, irrigation is implemented through various methods such as the border irrigation and basin irrigation, sprinklers and the drip irrigation. My dear what? So it is the drip irrigation. What is the most critical input for enhancing agriculture productively and therefore expansion of irrigation has been taken strategy and the development agriculture in the country. So the ultimate irrigation potential of India has been estimated to be 139.5 million hectare, comprising 58.5 million hectare from major and medium scheme, 15 million hectare from minor irrigation scheme, and 66 million hectare from groundwater exploration. So India irrigation potential has increased from 22.6 million hectare in 1951 to about 19 million hectare at the end of 1995. It is estimated that even after achieving the full irrigation potential, nearly 50% of the total cultivated area will remain rain-fed. If we analyze agricultural growth during the past 4 decades, we find that high-yielding various irrigated area, exploration, and fertilizer use have been major factor contributing to the achievement of the green revolution in India. The project level of consumption of total nutrients is 14.3 million tons per year, and one and all India basin per hectare consumption of the fertilizer which were merged 2.0 kg per hectare during the early 60s has risen thermostats during the last 35 years or so to 11 or 76.5 kg per hectare. The share of water huge other than agriculture was only 30% in 1985 and which is likely to become 27% by 2025, and such a fast growth of water need in the face of emerging supply and constraint is likely to result in the wide supply gap for irrigation. So water in the near future. The share of water huge other than agriculture was only 13% in 1985, which is likely to become 27% by 225, and such a fast growth of water need in the face of emerging supply constraint is likely to result in a wide supply gap for irrigation water in the near future. The annual precipitation, including snowfall, so which is the main source of water in India, is estimated to be order of 4,000 square kilometer, and the annual potential evapotranspiration in the country is 775 mm, but it varies from minimum of 1,239 mm in Jammu and Kashmir to maximum of 2,058 in the Andhra Pradesh. The total catchment area of India river is estimated to be 252.8 million hectare acre, and the Ministry of Water Resources, Government of India, for the purpose of efficient water management, has divided the whole country into 20 river basins and comprising the major basin and including all the other remaining medium and male river system and catchment area, the water resources potential of these basins. The total surface water resources of the country, so yearly average flow rate are about 1,869 square kilometer. It has been estimated that due to extreme variability in the precipitation, which disallow a assured storage of all flush and peak flow, and due to non-availability of the suitable storage site in the hills and the plain, and only about the 690 square kilometer water is available for the different use. And it is further estimated that about 360 square kilometer of the groundwater would be available for irrigation. That's a total of 1050 cubic kilometer cubic kilometer of the utilizable surface and groundwater is available for irrigation. The projected budget of West for the 21st century and salt water resources of India are classified as a river, canal, reservoir, tanks, and ponds and bills, oxbows, lakes, and derelict water and the brackish water, and they cover an area of 7 million hectare acre, excluding river and canal. Uttar Pradesh had the highest total length of the river and canal of the 31,200 square kilometer, followed by Jammu and Kashmir and Madhya Pradesh. And the total length of the navigable waterway in the country is estimated to be 15,783 kilometers, and 33% of this is the 10 important river of the country. So most tank and ponds 2.3 mega horsepower are present in the southern state of the Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu, and the state Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh account for large reservoir with a total water surface area of 2.1 million hectare. Most of the lakhs bills are directed. Water bodies line the slits of the Kerala and Tamil Nadu, whereas the Odisha, West Bengal, and Kerala have been largest area of the rich water table. So overall, inland water resources and the unevenly distributed in the country and a live slide that is Odisha. And last that is Odisha. And Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and West Bengal account for more than 50% of the inland water body. So today, water storage hold 174 cubic kilometer of water and another 72 cubic kilometer of the storage capacity will become available after the completion of the ongoing project. So another 132 cubic kilometer of the storage capacity is likely to be available from project under the consideration, making up the total storage of 378 cubic kilometer as compared with the total water resources, including groundwater available for the irrigation of the 2,229 cubic kilometer in the country. So additional storage is available in the basin of the Ganga, Krishna, Godavari, Narmada, Mahanadi, Brahmaputra, and Barak, where it already existing storage also high. So Tapi Basin is the reading in term of storage capacity. There has been a steady increase in the irrigation of potential from groundwater and the use of which has gone up to from 6.5 million hectare acre in the 1951 to 35.38 million hectare in 1992. So the contribution of groundwater to total flood grain production of the country is the significant and more than 50% of the irrigated area is using groundwater and the several district is more than 80% and over and now over exploitation of the groundwater resources has caused continuous decline in water level. So decline of well yield, drying of the shallow well, and deterioration of the groundwater quality, seawater, and illustration into the uh, coastal aquifer and increase in the most of the energy required to lift water from the crater depth. The underground aquifer are supplemented from the sources and other than rainfall. The such as seepage from the canal and filled channel. So pointed tank and fluent drainage from the river and deep percolation from the irrigated field. So in most of the canal irrigated area of the country, and subterranean component of the water applied to the field and percolates below the root zone and contribute to the groundwater potential. So based on the total length of the main canal land distribution and the total possible recharge in India due to canal seepage and estimated to be 5.463 mega hectare meter per year. So conjunctive use of the surface and groundwater is being prescribed in India to limited extent, and the practice has been prevalent in the Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu. The Godavari Gowra canal system in the Maharashtra, the Ganga and the Western Jammu canal in Haryana, and the part of the Punjab and Uttar Pradesh. So, in Israel and USA, saline groundwater has been used for the irrigation to limited extent, and after the diluting it with a good quality surface water, and there is scope for the adopting such practice in the certain area at the Gujarat and Rajasthan, where his groundwater is and the brackish. Now present watering. So by 1994, utilization of the water, surface and groundwater was about 606 billion cubic meter, having 536 billion in cubic meter as utilized of this. So the use of irrigation domestic and industrial purpose and for the hydropower production and other purpose was 501.0 and 30.4 and 20.0 and 34.0 and 20.0 billion cubic meter respectively, and statewide net irrigated area according to the sources. The preeminent role of the water in the environment is well reflected in the India. So national water policy adopted in the 1987, which emphasizes that the preservation of the quality of the environment and the geological balance should be primary consideration for the sustainable development of water resources. So since 1978, techno-economic appraisal of the water resources project in India and include the assessment of the environment impact due to monsoonal climate. About 40 mm of the land India is prone to floods. Now farming practices. So both agronomic contour farming and multi-chaining tillage, strip and cropping is the mixed cropping, and the mechanical measures contour bounding and graded the bounding beach and terracing in the on steep slope are deployed depending upon soil and climate. So a simple practice of the remaining optimization which and plugging cultivation and plugging across the slope of the same elevation is called contour framing, and the ridge and the furrow and the row of the plant so placed occurs the slope from the series of the enable. So miniature reservoir and the barrage to the water moving neighbor and land surface including the runoff of the soil and loss of the nutrient. So maintenance of the optimum soil fertility using fertilizer has been receiving great attention when the evident from the increasing in the fertilizer input from the nearly 0.07 million ton in 1950 to 14.4 million ton into 1996 to 97. So this had a great contribute toward the increasing the crop production. And one what is now we will see that what is irrigation. So my dear boy, irrigation is the artificial application of water to the soil, usually for the assisting in growing crop, and mainly used to replace missing or rainfall in period of drought. To supply essential moisture for plant growth, which include transport of essential and nutrient to leach or dilute salt in the soil and help in cooling the soil and atmosphere to create more favorable environmental for crop and growth. So supplement the supply of water received from perspiration and other type of atmosphere. So water, flood water and groundwater. Now irrigation in British India. When the time of the British. Actually, renovation important and extension of existing. So why renovation is important? Population is growing. So agriculture is also growing. So water will be required more. So you have to more the increase of canal length. So renovation improvement and extension of existing of and new project like the Upper Ganga Canal and Upper Bari Doab Canal and the Krishna and Godavari Delta system. This is the Periyar Canal. This is the Upper Ganga Canal. This is the Periyar Dam and this is the Godavari Delta. This four is very important to our agriculture. Now major canal works like Sharhind, the Lower Ganga, the Agra and Mathura Canal, and the Periyar Dam of the canal. Clear? So during this period, India written said few major feminines of entire life. So better irrigation system become mandatory. This is the Betwa Canal. This is the Kokak Fall, and this is the Ruksh River. So significant protective work constructed during the period where the Betwa Canal, it is situated at the Madhya Pradesh, the Neera Left Bank Canal, Maharashtra, and the Gokak Canal, Karnataka, and the Bushkia Canal, it is the Odisha. And to achieve set target of economic development, the responsibility of irrigation development was given to the Union Minister of the Water Resources. To achieve such target of the economic development, the responsibility of irrigation development was given the Union Minister of Water Resources. And it took initiative from the time to time on the water resource development and for technical assistance to the state on the irrigation. So multi-purpose project groundwater exploration and exploration drainage flood. So control water logging, sea erosion problem and dam safety and hydraulic structure for the navigation and hydropower. And also oversee the regulation and development of the interstate river. And now we will discuss the irrigation development program undertaken. So command area development and water management. The provide central assistance of the development of the infrastructures to facilitate use the sprinkler drip and irrigation system as an alternative to construction of the field channel, and the assistant is limited to the construction of stilling tank, pump, houses, and the laying of the conveying pipe up to farmers' field. And accelerated irrigation benefit program. The AIBP was conceived in the year 1996 by the government by the government of India, and it is by the government of India accelerated irrigation benefit program. So the AIBP was conceived in the year 1996 by the government of India in order to provide financial assistance to state the complete various ongoing projects in the country so that envisaged irrigation potential of the project could be created at the thereby extend the irrigation to more area. And this is the percentage of the water used by category. And now land utilization of pattern of India. So total geographical area is 328.72 million hectare, and under forest cultivable area and net cultivated area is 180.35 million hectare, and net sown area. So area under geographical control 139.932 million hectare, and average of land holding and average of the, this is the position of land utilization pattern of India. Now we will see that average annual rainfall what is. So maximum average annual rainfall is 11,000 mm and minimum average annual rainfall is the western Rajasthan is 100 mm and average annual rainfall is 1,170 mm square. And now some older method of the irrigation, how we are collecting the water. And this is the drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation. Actually, in the sprinkler irrigation, we have sent the water from the pump and by the pressure, it has make a fountain and plants feel that he has under rain and they develop. And this is the sub-modern method of the irrigation. Now this is the contour farming and this is the basin irrigation and this is the basin irrigation. And technological option drip irrigation. So sprinkler and micro irrigation method need to be adopted wherever the possible renewal or diverse and community best irrigation system. And now interbasin transfer of the water interlinking of the river. So a special measure needed to revitalize the tank irrigation and gap between the potential created and the utilization need to be reduced completion of the canal network. So use of the sewage water for irrigation and drainage improvement. And scope for the improving crop yield and option for the equitable and efficient water distribution need to be involved. So choosing the appropriate the cropping so pattern for the sustainable development. And now one thing. So in this case, suppose India is country is total based on the irrigation. So if we are asking what is irrigation, India's economic are totally depend upon mainly irrigation and mainly agriculture. So agriculture, what is the need? Water for irrigation. My dear boy, when you will give the water, then crop will be developed. So help the cooling the soil and atmosphere to create more favorable environment for crop and growth. So supplement the supply of water received from the respiration and other type of the atmosphere water. So flood water and groundwater. And now renovation of the improvement of the extension of the existing work. So big canals, that is the so for long time the English for duration. Now irrigation had developed, land had developed, land had increased. So water will be more required for the irrigation. So then if you will be modified the canal, then requirement will be fulfilled. So new project like the Upper Ganga Canal, so Upper Bari Canal, Upper Doab Canal, and the Krishna and Godavari Delta system. So major canal work like the Shirhan and Lower Ganga or Agra and Mathura Canal and the Periyar Dam Canal also. And during this period, India witnessed few major feminine her entry life. So better irrigation system because the mandatory and significant protective work and constructed during the period where the Betwa Canal, the Nitra left bank canal and Maharashtra and the Golak Canal, Karnataka and land and Rishikesh Canal in Odisha. And to achieve the set target of the economic development, the responsibility of irrigation development was given to Union Ministry of Water Resources. And, and it took initiative from the time to time on the water and assist to state the irrigation of the multi-purpose project and around groundwater exploration and exploration, drainage flood, control, water logging, sea erosion problem can be safety hydraulic structure of the irrigation and hydropower. And also oversee the regulation and the development of interstate of the river. And command area development. So it provide the central assistance for development of the infrastructure to the facilities, use of sprinkler, irrigation system, and the alternative to construction of the field channel, the assist of the limited to the construction of the stelling rank and pump house to the laying of the conveyance pipe up to the farmer's field and accelerated irrigation benefit program. So AIBP was convinced in the year 1996, but the government of the India, in order to the provide financial assistance to state the complete various ongoing projects in the country, so that invited irrigation potential of the project could be created and thereby extended irrigation to more areas. And it is the basic of the few things. The technology often drip irrigation, sprinkler, so micro irrigation method of need to be adopted wherever possible. So revival of diverse and community-based irrigation system and intervention transfer of the water interlinking of people. What is the interlinking of people? Suppose there is a sufficient water in your basin, but it is useless for you, and that is going to the sea. So why you have not taken the water from your basin like this? Suppose this is a river and this is going to sea. This is a hillock and this is another river. So this is a one basin. What is? This is the one basin and this is the second basin. This is the one basin, this is the second basin. And now you can transfer the water from here to here. You can transfer the water from here to here. So this is the inter-basin transfer of river. Okay. Now I will request you for some MCQ. This is the references of wave taken by this chapter, and this is MCQ. and references and books. So, which is not source of fresh water? So, give the correct answer. Yes, correct answer is D, ocean. Ocean is not the source of water. And according to the Falcon mark, water stress occur when water availability is less than 1000 cubic meter rate per day. So person per day. So which is correct answer? Correct answer is A. Water availability less than 1000 cubic meter per day person per day. And which of the following are not cause of water secretion? Yes, E and D both. Now next question. Bhakra Nangal River Valley project on which situated? It is situated on the Sutlej Vyas. Correct answer is E. And next question. Hirakud Dam is constructed on the river. Yes, correct. It is answer D, Mahanadi. And now water of Bhakra Nangal project is being used mainly for it is used for hydel power and irrigation. And the diversion channel seen in the western. So yes, correct answer is a D, recharge. And next, agriculture hold, which are used to be rain-fed storage. Correct answer is B. And now next question, Western Rajasthan today plenty of water. The correct answer is B, perennial Rajasthan canal. That is Indira Gandhi canal. And next question is the underground taken seen in Rajasthan to store rainwater for drinking is called, that is called tank, my dear boy, tank. And this is the reference. This is the reference of this is the reference of some books for the e-books, and the reference for matter has been taken. So this is the references. And thank you very much for taking interest in my class. You are again welcome in my next class.